Thank you very much for joining me. How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. I'm Steve Renazizi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. I'm Steve Renazizi. What's the odds? What's the odds? What's the odds? What's the odds?
What's the odds, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Welcome back to What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi. It's June 19th, Wednesday, at the All Things Comedy Podcast Studio in Burbank, California. Thank you for joining us. We are live on the All Things Comedy Facebook page, so if you're watching on that, feel free to give us a call. 323-282-7424 is the number to call. And give us a call, comment on the Facebook page. Maybe we'll be able to reply. I'm joined by just my man, Brenton Biddlecombe, in studio.
Hello, everybody.
And
by the way, not watching Game of Thrones anymore. We gave up.
We gave up on Game of Thrones, guys.
Season 7, episode 5-ish. We just couldn't do it anymore.
Who's we? You and your girl?
Me and my girl.
We gave up on Game of Thrones.
We gave up.
So you don't know what happened at the end of Game of Thrones.
We were rewatching it, the whole thing. We'd seen everything.
Okay.
And we rewatched it.
But you've never seen the last 4 episodes.
No. Seen everything. You understand what I'm saying?
From the time that the show ended to now, you started to rewatch the entire show, and now you stopped watching before the last 4 episodes?
No. So we had watched everything through season 7. Season 8 was coming out. We were like, we're going to rewatch from the beginning and then be caught up again. Couldn't make it to the end.
Brenton, look, I'm not a smart person. I'm not
Maybe I'm not explaining this well.
Yes, you're not explaining this well. You're telling me that when Game of Thrones...
We've watched every episode
I'm going to ask the
once.
questions and you just answer them.
Okay.
When's the first time you ever watched the first episode of Game of Thrones?
When it came out.
The first time it came out, the first day it came out, you watched the first season.
Yes.
And each season since then... You just watched it when it came out each season, right?
I've watched every episode of Game of Thrones once.
Once.
We were watching it a second time.
When?
We started... When did it come out? In like April?
April.
So
okay.
we started probably in March.
In March, you started to rewatch the entire show.
Yeah.
And then...
Gave up.
You gave up.
Just couldn't do it. It was too much.
So you're... But again, my question is, you did watch the last season as it happened.
Yes.
And now in rewatching it, you just can't watch the last 4 episodes again. Thank God. No. Does anyone else understand the hurdles that I go through here? I mean, was I wrong in that?
Mentally trying to make you stronger.
Didn't it sound like he just was like, I don't understand what happened? I mean, I know he watched it. We did the whole thing. But it's like...
It was a little confusing, but I knew what he meant. I also knew he had seen it.
She knows what I meant.
I know, but you didn't make any... Like, people that don't know you probably didn't understand that at all. And they needed me to walk everyone through that. So you're just saying you don't want to... You don't be disappointed again.
There's good things out there I haven't seen. I want to move on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Especially, like, because it's just so soon. It's just happened, basically. Yeah. You know? Speaking of good things and moving on and disasters, let's talk about where... You could possibly be getting married. This is breaking news.
Very exciting
on the podcast, guys. Brenton came in. He's also, I think you tweeted this out or you sent an Instagram post.
I put it on Instagram, yeah. The Buffalo News reported that the Bills are seeking a couple to get married at New Era Field at halftime during the September 29th game against the Patriots.
What lady?
Wouldn't want this.
Cassie, right?
Yes.
Is it Cassie or Cassie?
Cassie.
I wanted to make sure I get this right.
She's been a Bills fan for almost 4 years now.
Almost 4 years. Cassie,
she usually wakes up
I know
halftime.
I know you're working / watching. Before you met this gentleman right over here, you tell me that this is where you wanted to get married. This place.
I mean, you want a big
in the middle of
wedding.
that.
We're talking about 70,000 guests.
70,000 strangers.
70,000 guests. And the couple will get custom Bills jerseys for the reception.
Well, look at you. So
I gotta answer
envy
a questionnaire.
Of the entire upstate New York area. Custom jerseys. And they probably don't have your last name, Biddlecombe, on it.
I don't think it would fit. It's not. It's too big.
Mrs. Biddlecombe. Oh.
But you want a segue? They want a questionnaire.
Yes. Let's fill this out right now.
They have a questionnaire.
What is the questionnaire?
They want to know your favorite Bills memory. So I think it would be, for me,
Norwood misses to the right.
OJ joining Twitter.
Okay, that's great. We'll talk about that in a second.
How long have you been a Bills fan?
What month of the year, before we get to the question, what month of the year is the game?
September. It's the September 29th game.
Damn, I want it to be like early. What the hell was that?
It was the computer. I don't know if something just happened.
Whoa.
We just got a virus.
Is that what happened?
No, I don't think so.
Well, I think you just won, dude. You might have won.
Yeah, maybe it's like an omen. You're going to win.
That's it.
I mean, I have to. It's fate.
Hey, I think September 29th, you guys save the date because this is going down.
And you're all invited.
Is it a nationally televised game?
No, they don't put the Bills on TV.
Who are they playing?
The Patriots.
Oh my God, they're gonna get whooped.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They're
gonna get whooped at your wedding.
80-0 on my wedding day,
dude. I'm gonna bet so much money
against Buffalo
against your wedding.
You'll make
against
nothing.
I'm gonna bet because you know it's not
nothing.
just. It's not gonna be. Is it just your wedding? Could it be just your wedding, or is it gonna be multiple couples?
No, it's just one couple will be selected.
Seeking a couple, yeah. So it's one couple. This
you
all
get 20 guests
focus.
on the field, and we do our vows in front of 70,000 people.
Oh man, dude.
Yeah, Tom Brady will be watching.
Tom Brady will not be watching you give your vows. Tom Brady will be laughing at the
how ridiculous it is,
demolishing that he's been putting on the Buffalo Bills in the first half of that game.
Yeah, you think they would have picked a different game?
I'm reading this. The winning couple exchanged vows in the field with 20 invited guests, 70,000 people in the stands. All right, let's couple more of these questions here. So, how long have you been a Bills fan? So your answer would be as long as your tiny heart's been bumping.
Yeah, it's probably been since I was 4 or 5. I really started watching. So 26 years.
Cassie could be like, as long as this guy, like
since I showed up,
since this guy locked on to me.
Mm-hmm. She's a good sport.
And then what are the other questions? Any other are there any fun ones like? Do you win any money?
Have you attended Bills games? I've been to 6 of them at New Era Field when it was Ralph Wilson Stadium, and 2 of them were against the Giants, and you guys absolutely demolished us. The one was the last game of the year when you guys went on to beat the Patriots, who were undefeated.
Question: do you have to do a written questionnaire, or is it do you have to make a video?
No, it's on. I think it's online.
You have to make a video?
It's just a form. It's not a video.
Dude, we got to make a video.
Yeah.
We have to make a video of the two of you. Like how excited the two of you could be about possibly getting married.
I mean, she went to school to drama major, so she can act.
Yeah.
I'll be excited, and she'll act like she's excited.
Pom-pom cheerleaders and stuff, and we can get like I'll give you my picture of me and Thurman Thomas.
Yeah.
That could grease the wheels a little bit.
Well, I did Jim Kelly's football camp twice.
You were a participant?
I was a participant, yeah.
So you paid the money twice to go to Jim Kelly?
Yes.
So do you think they're going to remember that?
I can mention it. Maybe it'll help.
2-time participant.
But I met
in
Steve
the Jim
Tasker,
Kelly quarterback.
I met Thurman Thomas. Like I met all these great Bills, and I mean, I have grown up living and dying by their failures.
Would your family be happy if this was like, hey, by the way? They would not.
No.
They want you in a church or something, or in some sort
not
of
a church, but they want
you
a regular
in a civilized atmosphere.
I think my brothers would be pumped. But
because
I don't
think
know
about it,
if my
dude.
mom would be that excited.
It's halftime.
Her family would hate me.
It's halftime, dude.
Yeah.
Right? Think about it like this, right? Just say like it's 21-0, right? 21-0 New England. Bills have the ball, right? A minute and a half left, right? And they're just basically going to kneel a couple times. But then oops, with 50 seconds left, there's a fumble recovered for a touchdown. 28-0, and then 3, 2,
all
1,
the energy
boom.
out of the stadium.
The teams are running off the booing, the horrific boos.
Then we go out.
And then it's, ladies and gentlemen,
no.
please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Biddlecombe.
Oh,
and then
God.
you have to come out just the fucking reigns of horrific people just screaming, yelling, booing, terrified. And then you're out there with your bride.
Trying to say my vows over the screams
across,
and the
dude.
fuck yous. And then Casper on Facebook has a good point. What's the over-under on a streaker running out during the I do's?
Oh, well, if I'm there,
In
100%.
Buffalo, but it's in Buffalo. We're talking about Bill's Mafia. We're talking about cocaine and broken tables. They're not going to sit quietly and kindly during a wedding reception, especially if we're getting our asses kicked.
And no one, and like the PR behind this whole thing, like it's not going to be, they'll just bury it. They'll never show it like, oh, feel good story of the week. This couple gets married on.
It'll be blasted on YouTube and Twitter.
It's going to be ESPN's fumbles of the week.
Yeah. And on our not so top 10.
I'm trying to get this fucking app to work, the booing app, but you understand what I'm talking about. Just horrific.
Oh, it'd be a nightmare.
Yeah. And
but
this could be great.
I kind of want that jersey.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome best man Orenthal James Simpson. Dude, I'll tell you what. This guy's got I'm a huge fan of OJ. I am a huge who but OJ decides in 2019 what's missing in my life? What am I missing out on? What's the void that I feel I need to fill right now in my life? I know what it is.
Yelling at internet strangers.
Social media presence. What the fuck, bro? What?
He's the man.
Now, let's first of all, I don't know if we can watch this or how to do that, but I think I can make that work. Hold on. This goes into here. I'm not that stupid. Yes! Is it working?
I hear nothing.
I hear nothing, too.
Turn the volume up on
Low
the
price for everyone.
Oh!
Switch now and save up to
I don't want to hear this
40% on
fucking
your
ad.
wireless bill.
Don't
Get our
buy
unlimited data
anything
plan.
that these people are selling. It's fraudulent.
They're a sponsor
Here
of
we
the
go.
show, Steve.
Growing outrage as O.J. Simpson joins Twitter, and in his very first post this weekend, he vows this is how he plans to use his new social media account.
Hey, Twitter world, this is yours truly. Now, coming soon to Twitter, you'll get to read all my thoughts and opinions on just about everything.
First of all, thank God. Because if there's anything I've been missing in my life, it's all the thoughts and opinions of Orenthal James Simpson.
Yes.
And you know what? Look, maybe he's got some great ideas on how to help the environment, how to slow global warming. Maybe we're cutting him, not giving enough credit.
For years, people have been able to say whatever they want to say about me with no accountability. But now I get to challenge a lot of that BS and set the record straight. So this should be a lot of fun. I got a little getting even to do. But for now, let me just say to my fellow fathers out there, happy Father's Day.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh is right. Well, first of all, he's got a good videographer guy. I mean, they got to get a sound guy because he's doing him poorly by the pool, and that's not a good spot to do it. OJ's got a little getting even to do, and that's all right. That's okay. But what I'm most fascinated about is his fantasy. Like, he's willing to go out there as a fantasy football expert. Now, I say this. I would gladly have O.J. Simpson on every single week as a guest on the show if he wanted to talk fantasy football advice. Just straight fantasy football advice. Because I'm interested in because he also went on to say he wants to talk politics. Now, I don't think he's got a lot of cachet in that arena, but fantasy football, I say yes. Now, I don't know how you feel about it, Brenton, and I don't know how M feels about it. We can definitely have him call in if he's willing to call in. But I'm just saying, if this guy's got fantasy football advice, I want to know what he thinks. What he thinks about the draft. What OJ thinks about next year's breakout running back. He's out. I mean, I'm telling you right now, someone's going to hire this guy. Guaranteed.
Just for the ratings.
Absolutely.
If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's better.
Yeah. What the fuck do you think I just said I'd have him on for?
Train wreck.
I mean, could you imagine if we had O.J. Simpson on right now, dude? If we had O.J. Simpson, if I just was like, ladies and gentlemen, O.J. Simpson, I think our numbers would go up.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, I'll shoot him a DM. He's on Twitter now.
I'm not even on Twitter. I can't even communicate with the juice if I wanted to.
He's
Is he
more
not on
active.
Instagram? Was that all Twitter?
I don't know.
Or did he get Instagram too?
I don't know. I think he's.
I'm only on Instagram
I
right
think
now.
he's just Twitter.
I'll tell you right now. If he's got like, if OJ, I would be in a fantasy football league with OJ. Would you?
Absolutely.
If they were like, oh, and the last guy's OJ Simpson, would you be in it?
Fuck yeah.
Would you tell Cassie? Probably not, right?
She doesn't.
Would you have the
know.
draft at your house?
Like invite OJ?
Yeah.
Simpson? No. Why would we have it at my house? You have a much nicer
Well,
house.
someone's got to have it, and
Yeah.
we're not going to the Juice's house. You'd have to be the single guy.
I
We'd
can't
have to
find
do it
his
in a
real
third.
page, by the way. I'm searching on Twitter for OJ Simpson, and there's all these OJ accounts. And this one, the pinned tweet is, if this post gets 10,000 retweets, I'll confess the murder of my wife. So I don't think that's him. Is he verified?
That's, you know what? I take it back. I would invite OJ to be in a fantasy football league with us.
But to have him over.
Because he thinks, now he's got fantasy football advice, so I want to see if he can beat us in the league. So I would gladly welcome OJ to be on. We'll do a fantasy football league.
Yeah.
This year. Em, have you ever done fantasy football?
No, I have no idea how that shit even works.
Yeah, dude, you do this year.
All right.
You learn pretty quick.
Yeah, and the
And then
computer
you
I mean,
does
I can
everything.
just guess based off of names and stuff.
Yep.
I don't
You
have
get
any knowledge.
addicted
And by the way,
to
you're
it.
in here probably learning more stuff, and just like by osmosis, than most of us know about sports anyway.
Hell yeah,
all
make me smart.
Not us, but just like the other lummoxes that are in here that are talking about this stuff. By the way, we should do that. We should have a couple fans. Remember that guy Rhett that calls in all the time? Mm-hmm. He could play in the fantasy football league. But Orenthal, James Simpson, you are more than welcome to play in our fantasy football league to prove how well you do know fantasy football. And you're also you're in the running for Brenton's best man at his wedding.
I mean, it would be a
Buffalo
great
Bills
homecoming
Stadium.
for him. They would welcome him with open arms.
I mean,
I don't think this is the real account either. He tweeted about to buy these. I hope they fit. And there's 2 black gloves.
no. Did they give him a verified check mark?
I don't know. I can't find. Does anyone know? Anybody watching right now? Do you know what his official Twitter handle is?
By the way, 25 years ago, how old were you? 6? That was 25 years ago
yeah,
yesterday.
it was about 5 or 6.
It's the Bronco chase. You don't remember any of that, do you?
No, I vaguely remember the trial because my parents were watching it like obsessively.
I was in high school. It was a big day, too. It
Yeah.
was like a lot of sports shit going on. They did a great 30 for 30 on that, on the ESPN. I don't remember who the filmmaker was. On 30 for 30, on like basically that day, it was like Jack Nicklaus or someone was competing in the, someone was like, some older golfer was like in high contention for the U.S. Open. I think the Knicks were against Houston in the finals of the NBA Finals. There was like 4 or 5 different things happening. Oh, the Rangers were in the Stanley Cup.
So that was 94?
Your Messier was like predicted his win. All those things happened basically on that day. That day or like the day after when the news broke and all that shit. So, 25 years ago. And you weren't even born yet, probably.
I was 25 years ago. I was like 1,
Yeah.
a little over 1.
Someone was holding you going, oh my God, this
My
shit
mom
is
was
crazy.
literally in labor while watching the Bronco chase with my sister.
No way, really?
Yeah, something like that.
Happy birthday to your sister, I guess, then.
Yeah. Wait, the Bronco chase was 25 years ago today?
The Bronco chase
Okay,
was
so maybe they
yesterday.
were watching the trial because my sister's birthday is July 1st.
Oh, yeah.
But they were watching some OJ stuff while she was like in labor.
Yep. What a great time to be in labor, just glued to the TV. That was like before true, like 24-hour cable news. And it was the first time they just covered something all fucking day long. Yeah, but OJ's out on... I mean, I wonder, do you think he picked 25th anniversary of this whole thing? Like, why now?
He's mocking everybody.
Mocking everyone? man, to true self-hatred is something to behold. Like what are you missing in your life?
The Bills had retired his jersey, and now they're giving it out again to players. Like they unretired it.
What?
Yeah. It was retired for like 45 years or something. And
Really?
Yeah, they've started allowing players to go, you can wear 32.
And is anyone taking him up on it?
Let's see.
On the Bills? I'm sure someone's been like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'll take that number. And they're like, oh, fuck. After they have it, it's almost like tag your it.
Do you believe that like a number like that would carry bad juju or something?
No, but it's just been like, I don't know. Like, would you want that number?
No,
Like
probably
if
not.
one of the greatest guys that ever played the position then went on to murder people, and then, they were like, oh, we'll throw it back into circulation again. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
it would
it's
be a little weird.
42 years, and it's happening this season.
Who's wearing it?
Let's see.
Who's got the balls?
I would wear it.
I mean, yeah, you'd sell a lot of fucking jerseys. I wonder if you get a piece of that. Probably not. I wonder if OJ gets a piece of that. Ron Goldman should get a piece of that. Damn, dude. 32. That's great, though. Who else? What other disgraced people should get their numbers? Aaron Hernandez should get his number thrown back out there. I don't know if they ever retired it, but
I don't think they retired it.
True.
Maybe if he had made it through his whole career and became the player that he was going to be, then
he would have been a Hall of Famer for sure. Absolutely. I mean, the career the trajectory he was on. I've always said best murderer / football player in the NFL. Like combined together, Aaron Hernandez. Best. Let's move on, for God's sakes. For God's sakes, Brenton.
it's a lot of Bills talk.
Too much.
So much fun.
New York Metropolitan Bills talk. Okay. Gary Woodland, congratulations. I know you're watching. I know you're a big fan of the show. Congratulations on your first major. I was very happy that you won. That he just played beautifully all weekend long. You watched every minute of it, right? Not a second.
Of course.
I watched a ton of the U.S. Open this
Glued
past
to the
weekend,
TV.
and it was something to be seen. I mean, Gary Woodland didn't jump out right away. It was Ricky Fowler was out -5 the first day. Who else came out shooting out? Justin Rose was a couple under the first day. Tiger Woods seemed to struggle. Every time he got a couple strokes under, he'd give it back. Just treaded water the entire weekend. Never seemed to make a push. But as Gary Woodland just put the pedal to the metal on Sunday, putted well, big putts, a lot of big par putts, a lot of big chips, drove the ball really beautifully, and Pebble Beach played hard. I mean, that rough did not look easy. I've never played up there. I know Court's played up there a couple of times. By the way, shout out to Court. Thank you very much. Once again, Court bested me. He was, let me see, he was minus...
Does he ever put money on these? Because he seems to be scarily accurate every week.
Hold on, I'll get you the because my buddy Kent Brown sent it out. Oh, he sent it in an email. Anyway, Court was like -13 with his picks. I was even, and I think Kent was like -10 with his picks that he had in our fantasy football. Yeah, Kent was Court was -13. Kent was -9, and I was even. And the winner of our fantasy league this week was -14, so Court would have come in second place.
Okay.
So, and if you remember, if you go back and listen to the podcast, he did mention Gary Woodland as like a guy to look after. Louis Oosthuizen, who was also around the top of the field the entire weekend. And, of course, Brooks Koepka played really well, finished second. I mean, his last 5 majors are a win, tied for second, a win, tied for second, a win, tied for second. So, unbelievable.
So he's going to win the next one.
He might. It's
follow the pattern.
It's next month. I think it's the weekend of July 17th weekend. Whatever that weekend is, and that's the Open. They call it the Open, but it's the British Open, really. It's the Open of England. So everyone heads over there. They go play that one. That's the last major of the year, and then there's the Ryder Cup. Well, no, then there's a FedEx Championship, which they have all the best players. You know, you get ranked, and then they dwindle down to the last tournament, and the winner gets $15 million. And then when that's done, they go to the Ryder Cup, America versus
The world?
The world. Well, this year I think it's the President's Cup, so it's America versus the world. The Ryder Cup's every other year. It's America versus Europe. So that takes us to the end of the year. By the way, you played golf for the first time.
Yeah.
You mentioned it last week.
Yeah.
You shot a...
I don't know.
What do you mean? You don't know. What was the name of the course you played again?
Fuck.
Widow Creek or something like that?
It was...
You didn't keep score?
It was my first time. It wasn't great.
Okay.
But I got a bogey on a par 5. So I
Okay.
was proud of that. But everything else, it was probably anywhere between 8 and 11 strokes.
8 and 11 strokes.
Yeah.
And did you have like a
lost,
full set of
like-
clubs?
I rented a set of clubs.
Who'd you play with? Like friends, or was it like
yeah, it was
just
friends.
strangers?
It was friends.
Okay, you got to play with friends the
But
first
I didn't
time.
have golf shoes. I just had tennis shoes.
What'd you use? Barefoot?
I probably should have went barefoot. I would have done better.
That's what, by the way, you ever get the chance, you should golf with the fantastic quarterback of the 1985, you don't even almost even born yet, 1985 championship Bears, unbelievable Jim McMahon. Jim McMahon golfs with no shoes, barefoot every single time he plays. Keeps a pair of flip-flops in his bag just in case he rolls into the rough or goes into some wooded area, but barefoot only, and he's fucking fantastic. So
It's called Shaker Run.
Shaker Run. We're going to look it up right now. Shaker Run. What town is it in? Shaker
Somewhere in Ohio.
Run.
One of those little towns in Ohio.
Golf, Ohio. Here we go. Dayton golf courses. Look at this beauty. Look at the layout. Look at the layout about us. Course info.
And I'll say this.
Okay.
I was jet lagged.
Oh, God. Here we go. Scorecard.
Our tee time was at 7:12 in the morning, so it was really 4:12 for me.
Excuses!
I had never played before, Steve.
Fuck you!
I was using rental clubs, Steve. They were a little too big for me.
It's what you deserve! Did you play the red course, the green course, or the white course?
We were on the red course, I believe.
Of course you were, Reds. And then, hold on, par 5. Do you remember the hole that you... Was it the first hole that you... Or the,
No,
or
it
the
was,
fourth hole?
It was...
There's only 2 par 5s.
Oh, maybe it was the green course we played, because it was
Here
like...
we go. Here we
it
go.
was like hole
Revisionist
number...
memory.
It was hole number 8.
Hole number 8 on the
Yeah.
green course. There's the par 5. 5th hardest hole on the green course. 400... Which tees do you remember? Do you remember the color of the tees that you played from? Like, you know, there's different... Like, there's the white tees, there's the green tees, and then there were the black tees, which were the furthest from the hole, probably.
I don't think we did the black tees.
You probably did the
We
green
probably
tees in the middle?
Yeah, in the
Or the
middle.
white? Okay, yeah. So 470 yards. So do you remember your first shot? Was it a long, good shot, a big shot, or
It
did you
wasn't
muff
a
it?
long, good shot, but it was on the fairway.
On the fair... Okay, in the fairway.
In the fairway.
Okay. You
On
hit it in the fairway.
In it, on it.
It's in the
We're
fairway.
in the
The ball
fairway.
is in the fairway.
And we're on it.
We're not on it.
But it was on it. So here's the fairway. The ball was on it. Ball's on the fairway.
You hit it into the fairway, though.
Into it, onto it.
Into the
It's there.
fairway.
There it is.
And so there you are in one. Now, I wish there was a... No, okay.
Okay, second shot.
Second shot.
I remember this vividly.
Yep, vividly.
I hit it, and I thought it was going to hit someone's house. It was going to ricochet because it was like there was a hill.
Oh, God.
And there was rough, and there was the hill, and then it was like concrete, and then like cars and homes. So I thought it had gone down there, but it had stopped in the rough.
So it hit... Oh, it stopped in the grass.
Yeah.
Did you yell 4 when you hit that ball that way?
No.
No need. Why? You didn't think you were going to hit anything?
Nobody was up yet.
Nobody was... How do you know there weren't people in those houses?
I mean, maybe, but, you know, don't live by a golf course.
No.
What are you doing living by a golf course? You're going to get hit. Your house is going to get hit.
That's right. But, you know, you just... Out of respect...
It's early. I don't want to wake them up for nothing. It would have been for nothing.
Well, just hope you're not getting your newspaper in the morning, Mrs. Griffith.
Yeah.
And baby Brenton shanks one right into your fucking dome piece. Hope you enjoy your bacon, egg, and cheese with a skull fracture.
Time to move.
So you're there now in 2. So how would you remember how far you were from the green? I'm going to say you're about 110 yards. Probably got to chip it in, pitch it up.
It was a little further than that.
A little further, all
probably.
right.
But then the third shot was my best shot.
That's the one you got on
That's
the green.
the one I got. It wasn't on the green, but it was just
Close.
before the green.
Yep. Just before the green.
Yeah.
Right up front. So now you're in 3. So now if you get it up and in, that's a par.
Yeah.
This is where I feel like you hit a bad shot now, right?
I hit it onto the green.
Way past the hole.
Not way past the hole, but up.
Up.
Okay,
Up.
so if that's the hole right here,
Yeah.
it was up.
Up. Past the
Yeah.
fucking hole.
So
Past
that was
okay,
number 4.
Hold on. Can I
But
ask
I'm
you
on the
another
green
question?
now.
Can
It's
I ask you
4.
another question? If you're here and the hole's here, is the ball past the hole? Up.
it was
No, don't
up.
give me up. Past the fucking
The
hole.
ball was up.
Yep. I got it.
It was up.
Past the fucking hole.
So
anyway,
I'm probably like 10 feet from the hole.
Now you're 10 feet from the hole, and you've got this big
So I could
par
sink it for
putt.
par.
Sink this par putt.
Yeah.
How close did you make? Did you line it up? Did you take your time? Did you look to see which way
I
the
kind
green
of
moved?
tried to line it up. I don't know what that means, seeing how the green moves.
You're with
I'm
your
looking at the
family at
grass.
this point, right?
No. I'm just with buddies.
You're with buddies, so this is the
And
8th hole.
another guy who was with us. It was the
Are there
groom's
any of them
party.
good?
2 of them were good. One of them was really good.
Really good.
And then one of them had never played either. And
Okay.
he was awful.
He was awful.
Yeah.
And so but you don't feel like bullied or rushed or anything like that.
No.
So you're
they
not
were,
like
they were
so
super
you
nice.
could take
but
your
there
time
were-
with this putt.
There was an old couple golfing behind
Just
us,
sitting there
so I was
waiting.
feeling the pressure of
course.
them because they seemed like they were pretty
They
good.
wanted you to
and,
fucking die.
And all I
Brenton.
heard was rate of play, rate of play, rate
yeah,
of play,
rate of
play.
play. Keep
And
up the pace.
I
I will
was
put a
trying.
ball in the back of your head if you don't keep moving.
But on my par putt, I fucking just shanked it.
Shanked it bad.
Not too bad because I made it on the
made the
next
next
one,
one. All
but
right.
it was like probably 3-4 feet off.
And you felt confident. You were like, that was good. I feel like I got a that was a
Yeah,
hole
it took
right
me
there.
8 holes to warm up, but I finally got it.
And that's the first time you ever played.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Would you ever go back?
yeah, it was fun.
How many balls did you lose?
Probably like 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
It wasn't too bad.
Not bad at all, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how hard shake or run. What's the slope on this? Slope tells you how hard the hole is.
there were a couple of lakes. Lost a few in those. They were doing construction on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I felt bad. Like the guy came in on the machine and like fixed up the sand, and then I would immediately
Ooh.
hit it in the sand. It was a really nice course.
Yeah, not bad, dude. Not bad. It's got a little water right there, a little wah-wah to hit it into.
Yeah, you got the tee going over that.
Ooh, look at
That
this
was
one.
fun. Yeah,
Did you play this hole? You remember this hole?
yeah.
It's not an easy hole right there. It's a little islandish green right there. Shake or run. If you're out in the Dayton, Ohio area, go check it out. They have a little plaque to where Baby Biddlecombe hit his bogey shot, number 8 in the green course.
Amazing.
Are you excited? As I correctly called the St. Louis Blues last week, winning Game 7 with an unbelievable performance by their goalie. I mean, fucking unreal.
However, can I point out that I did get the score correct, just the wrong way?
You did get the score correct the wrong way.
And
you picked 2 numbers out of the ether incorrectly.
But I mean,
positioned.
if St. Louis's goalie hadn't played the way he played, it could have been 14-1.
the first
The
period,
Bruins were just pounding them.
it was unreal. I mean, it felt like they had 10 shots.
Yeah.
I saw the Scalar brothers last night. Congratulations to them. I feel like anyone from St. Louis or that whole area.
Yeah.
Congratulations to those guys. 50 years you wait for a championship.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo's been 46, but whatever.
So you got 4 more to go. Anyway, congratulations to those guys, to the Blues mostly. But the Hattenberg, what's his name? Their goalie.
No, you're thinking of the Oakland A's guy.
Oh yeah, Terry Hattenberg. What am I?
Bellinger?
Bittinger, yeah, something like that. Bittinger. I mean, the pressure he was put on him in the first period. They had to have 10 shots on goal. The Bruins had to have 10 shots, and all of them, most of them, should have gone in.
Yeah.
Out of those 10 or 12 or whatever it was, 7 of them should have gone in. And, it was unreal, the on his head play.
And he's a rookie. There's a rookie playing in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup.
Wasn't even a factor during camp at all. Third guy coming into the season on the depth chart, and just the performance. I mean, it's the special. There are special performances, not necessarily by special players, but during, and around special times, guys step up, and they forever go down in that team's, city's history.
Yeah.
Jim Leyritz, for everyone else in the world, is not a household name. You probably don't even know who Jim Leyritz is. But every Yankee fan that had any any semblance of what was happening during the 90s knew Jim Lehrer. It's because he basically won us a World Series against the Atlanta Braves. Brought us back in Game 6, and then we won. And so, I mean, to be able to have guys like that, I mean, I don't know how I called him Hattenberg a minute ago. I got his name wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what is in his future as far as the Blues, as far as his career, but that performance alone, forget it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I don't know what his contract is, but whatever it is, he's about to get a lot more money.
Sure.
Because I'm sure it wasn't much. I'm
You
sure he got a
deserve
nice
it.
bonus for winning the Stanley Cup, but he's probably making a rookie's contract. Probably one of the least
I don't know how the
paid
hockey
players.
contracts were. So I'm sure it's like, I mean, I know, I remember like Tavares and guys on the Islanders signing like 15-year contracts and being like, what the fuck is going on in hockey? Like, what is this? Like, you're signing your career? I mean, it's nice to play with one team. I enjoy that sort of aspect of being like, oh, I'm going to be a lifelong, whatever, Blues or Blue, whatever. So I'm fine with that, but I'm like, oh, I don't know financially how this makes sense for either party, really. At some point within the 15 years, one of us is going to be not happy with the contract.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know how that works. But I rookie guys in the NHL, I don't know, do they get like that 5 or 6 years where they just have to play for what you get and not a lot of money? Or is it
I
like
don't
you're getting
believe
paid
so, because,
day one?
I think Sidney Crosby got paid day one. If you're
Yeah.
like one of those guys that it's a superstar, like it's different from the NFL. You get paid immediately. It's more like I guess the NBA. They
Yeah,
get
the
paid-
NBA, you
they
get
paid
paid
right away.
Well, you're still under a rookie contract for the first 6 years, so you don't get paid a ton of money. You're getting like $700,000 a year. After the 6 years, it's like 5 if you stay with the team, 6 if you don't. Then you get paid the big contract. That's like the big one. So I think it's the same thing with baseball. Like once you get brought up, you've got like 5 years of your rookie contract, and then you get paid that big one. So
Oh, this is interesting.
what?
So there's a capped amount for rookies in the NHL. You have to have at least 25 professional games under your belt, and the average player is making less than $20,000 US to play professional hockey, and the rookies are making about $16,500 at the most
What?
per game, I think.
Per game, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, per game, not a year. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
There's no way they're making fucking $16,000 a year. You can work at Walmart. Biddlecombe. God. Right? Just make sure you're right, dude. Are you still looking? You're panicked now.
No.
You're
I'm
looking to
reading
see
this.
if you're right. If that's a daily rate.
Let's see, first 2 years. First year was two-way deal, paid $650,000,
Yeah. Yes.
$200,000 in the AHL.
Yeah, maybe like
So yeah, I guess
minor
they
guys.
don't get
minor
There's a
leagues.
cap to how much you can give a rookie.
Sure. Well, whatever it is, this fucking kid that won Game 7,
He deserves all the money in St. Louis.
and they'll give it to him, and I congratulate him. I mean, I watched the first period, the second period, and the third bid, like I had to go do spots, and then started getting sidetracked and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I felt like the pressure, the longer the game, the 2 goals that went in the first period, especially the one that went in with about like 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
That was a backbreaker, and that sucked the air out of the building.
Yep.
And that put a lot of pressure on the Bruins going into the second period. I just felt like from that point on, they played with intensity, but under pressure.
Yeah.
And again, the Blues just kind of just took the punches and continued just playing hard and realizing that they just really had to run the clock out, knowing that they had a hot goalie. And they did. And so I'm happy for them. I didn't really watch any of the parade or any of that stuff. I'm sure it was
I don't
great.
care about parades.
No.
But shout out to Chara for playing with a broken jaw. That was pretty
Oh my
ballsy.
God, dude. The one he took off his face. Was it the night
Yeah.
before or was it that night?
No, it was the night before.
The night before. The one that one off the fucking jaw. Oh my God,
Can you
dude.
imagine how much that would... And then he's playing hockey. 2 nights later, playing hockey. It's crazy.
No, in no universe.
In no other sport would you do that. You break your jaw, you're done.
Speaking of which, Max Scherzer, did you hear about this yesterday? Was taking BP. In the National League, they hit. He was bunting, practicing, bunted it, the ball right off his bat into his nose, broke his own nose. He's supposed to pitch tomorrow night. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know if he's going to miss his spot in the rotation. They were saying he might have to miss one, but he might be able to go the next one just because of the swelling. But I think he might have to wear one of those little masks, I guess, right? If you're going to go out there and pitch.
Yeah.
But a broken fucking jaw? No one's going out there with a broken jaw. Not one of them. I mean, look, the most heroic thing that in the history of baseball lore that goes down is that stupid bloody sock that Schilling went through. You would have thought that his Achilles tendon was hanging out of the back of his fucking leg the way they talked about that.
They probably jacked him up with painkillers.
They probably threw ketchup in there. Bullshit, bro.
Didn't feel a thing.
Shit. That whole thing was all mocked up. All right? And so that pales in comparison to breaking your jaw, having it smashed into pieces, and then going out and playing a fucking hockey game where, guess what? It could happen again. No one's going to run over and tackle, Kurt Schilling. I know they had to push off of it or land on it all night, but who gives a fuck? Big baby. So, yeah, I was happy for the St. Louis Blues.
That's a good point. Tim Smith on Facebook says
What?
that Char is 42 years old.
42?
Yeah.
That's my age.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You break your jaw and go play.
Yes! What's up? You're on What's the Odds with Steve Renazizi. Who are you, and where are you calling from?
Calling from New York City, a longtime listener, first-time caller.
Hell yes.
That's
New York
Eric
City.
Galigny if I've ever heard it.
You motherfucker. Eric Galigny, you son of a bitch. How are you, buddy?
Good. I had to call in and let you know.
You got
really
Wi-Fi?
sucks what your Yankees did to the Rays.
Oh, you know what's so funny? It's funny you say that because my son and I just finished watching the game. We were up at 10 o'clock this morning, obviously watching. And then my buddy, after the Yankees, they got a grand slam in like the 7th inning. Gleyber Torres hit a grand slam and put them up like 12-1. And my son, Jonah just looks at me and goes, "Tell your buddy for Tampa, they can go suck it."
Well,
No, it's
I
like, I will.
that. Yep.
Yeah. We didn't bet on this weekend's. Yeah. On this weekend's
No,
games,
I still owe
dude.
you from the last bet, so I'll have to do something stupid here in New York, I'm sure.
How are your journeys, man?
It's been great. Yeah, everything's been good. And
Good.
I wanted to tell Brenton that's the worst idea possible to get married at a Bills game.
Why? Don't tell him that,
I
dude.
mean-
We got to
Well,
get
I
him to
love
win.
it.
Talking about my dream.
Yeah. It's his dream for sure. And maybe the nightmare of everyone else that's there and probably yours. But no, dude, I think it's a great idea. We're going to get a video together.
Mm-hmm.
We're as a podcast, we are supporting you in your dream to get married.
This is my dream.
This is,
man.
let me tell you something. This is
if he
all of
does
our
get-
dreams.
If he does get married, Steve, you should have to be the best man and wear a Daniel Jones jersey on the field.
Dude, I'm going to wear an OJ mask. I'm wearing that 32 OJ Simpson jersey or at least an OJ mask, whatever they let me get away with. Whatever they let me get away with. And considering now it's fine. I mean, I'm wearing that. I mean, could you imagine? Did you hear the scenario that the picture that I painted before, like
Yeah.
could you imagine him getting blown out or having some sort of terrible play happen right before halftime and they're just getting fucking booed? Because this is what, September 29th. So theoretically, they could be 0-4
Yeah.
going into this week, right?
Well, no, because I bet that they're going to win more than
Bullshit.
7 games. So they'll be.
Will it be
they'll
snowing?
2-1.
Will it be snowing at that time?
Only
Probably not in September. It's
but
still
maybe.
usually okay.
You never
weather,
know,
Maybe
dude.
get
like high
plowed with
60s.
snowballs.
global warming, dude. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine if he just started getting pelted with snowballs?
It's going to be Steve doing the pelting.
Snowball fight.
That's not snow. That's
Snowball
cocaine,
fight.
Steve.
Dude, hey, if
They
you got
say
it, throw
they
it.
say kiss the bride and they just chuck one right at their faces.
Oh my God. Oh,
Does anyone object this marriage? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
You're just lucky this isn't in Philadelphia. At least I
Yeah,
think the
God.
kind people of Buffalo
People
may
throwing
take
quarters.
some pity on you. But I'm telling you, if the team's not good, and you never know, you're putting a lot of faith into something. I mean, that's a lot of faith into your team right then. because if it's not
But
going well,
you'll remember your wedding forever.
oh, everyone will. We'll all be there. We'll all remember the day.
Everywhere on the internet.
Yeah, we all remember. A lot of events.
Yeah.
I remember Norwood wide right. This will go down in Buffalo lore for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to call and tell you guys you did a great job today on the podcast.
Thank you, buddy.
Can I say, it'll be nice that somebody will
You guys
get a
have a
ring
fun
on
day.
that field for once.
What was that?
Somebody's finally going to get a ring
on the field.
On the field.
Yep. That's
and
it.
maybe you're going to be the only one that scores that night too.
Yeah.
Probably not. Not after this fucking
no,
wedding.
The Patriots are.
Oligny, did you get any adventures? Like, you go to any games or anything on the way? Your adventure, like your travels the way down Tampa over to New York?
Yeah, I got to go to a Rays game. The vice president of the Rays gave me some of his tickets, and I ended up taking one of Brody's stickers and I slapped it on the side of the Rays dugout. So like I Banksy'd the Rays.
Oh, that's perfect, man. And they won't take it off. There's too many people there that know who he is.
And then he found out I did that, and he was not happy.
Joe Madden was a part of this organization. I've got roots here. Speaking of which, there's a new plaque. I don't know if you...
A new bench.
There's a new
in
bench.
Reseda Park.
Reseda
it's
Park
awesome.
in the Valley, dedicated to Brody. So if you live in Los Angeles...
That's where we shot Valley Vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, right over there. His sister Stephanie took a picture of it yesterday. So if you live out there and you're near the Reseda area, swing by that park and check out that bench because it's pretty cool and a lot of cool and fun stuff with Brody happened there. And of course, when you think baseball, and I think of him all the time. So
yeah.
How's New York treating you so far, Lily?
It's great, yeah. Eric Marino put me up on one of his shows. I got to go to a couple open mics.
Nice.
Just kind of getting acclimated. Saw Ari Shafir up at the Comedy Cellar.
Excellent.
Well, Skankfest is going to be doing something for Brody this weekend, which will be pretty cool.
That's nice. Excellent. I'll be out there in like 2 weeks, so I'm sure we'll run into each other when I'm out there.
Yeah, let's go to a game if there is a game while you're here.
I know. I think I'm going to Tampa Bay Yankees on July 17th. It's a Monday, so maybe we'll meet up for that one.
That sounds awesome.
Rays at New York. So, yeah, sweet. All right, buddy. Be well.
All right, you guys do too. Have a good day.
Later,
See you, Eric.
And we actually have to fill in. I have to get posterized, and I think we should talk about because there's a lot of. Here's my thought on it. Congratulations on the Toronto Raptors to the Toronto Raptors for winning the NBA championship.
Didn't think it was going to happen, but it happened.
No one thought it was going to happen. I mean, the odds at the beginning of the season were not high for them. I mean, they were one of the favorites in the East, but not compared to the Warriors.
Well, speaking of which, we should bring it back around. That guy made the $100,000 on the Blues, making that bet in January. He took the 250 to 1 odds.
I didn't realize they had the lowest points in the NHL in January.
They were on a huge losing streak, and then January they called up a couple of players, and things just started to mesh, and then they went on like an 11-game win streak.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they became contenders.
So that's when that guy made the bet that he made the $400,000 bet.
He made it right before that. He saw the person being called up. It might have been the goalie or somebody. The article was out there, but and I don't know the Blues roster that well, but there was a player that he was like, okay, that guy might actually help. So fuck it. I'll put $400 down.
That's why this fucking podcast is so good, okay? Because we talk about so much crazy shit.
Yeah.
So much stupid things that we think are going to happen. If somebody listens to it and they bet on one of these fucking things that one of us says, they're going to make some money, dude.
Yeah.
I told you this.
$100,000 on $400.
If you bet, like I told you, if you bet $400,000 when I told you to bet Brooks Koepka,
You think I have $400,000
well,
on
you
it?
should have. If you were smart, you would have.
What do you think I've done with my career?
You could have been part owner of the Bills then.
Yeah.
Instead of having to fucking put your name into a hat to try to have your wedding. And
It's not a name and a hat. I'm going to submit the best
Hi,
video.
I'm Brenton Biddlecombe. And I'm soon to be Cassie Biddlecombe. And we want to get married
At
right
New
in the middle.
Era Field.
What used to be, what's the name?
Ralph
of it? Ralph
Wilson
Wilson
Stadium.
Stadium. Where nothing good's ever happened.
Well, that's not true. I saw Jim Kelly's last game in Ralph Wilson Stadium.
Did they win?
No. He got knocked out. He had his last concussion. It was against the Jaguars in the wild card game, the first year the Jaguars were a franchise.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
That was my first game. I got beer spilled on me. My dad almost got in a fight. It was a great memory.
Well, it'll be a lot like your wedding, probably.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be maybe something huge will happen, and everyone will be on your side. And oh shit, a wedding, and you'll get a standing ovation.
Yeah.
But probably not.
No.
Anyway, we got to get back to this posterizing thing.
So
the Toronto Raptors are world champions, and I did call them beating the Milwaukee Bucks.
You did.
I did not call them beating the Golden State Warriors. Therefore, our bet was you get to posterize me. And I was wondering, you're not a tremendous basketball fan. Is there a poster that you have in mind, or is there a setup that you have in mind?
I just want one where you look like you're in pain because you know that a little tiny man is dunking over you.
Okay. All right.
And
so
it shouldn't be happening.
So instead of, here's my thought then. Instead of reenacting one of the famous ones, because there's a couple famous ones, then we can just do our own and then just green screen it. Oh yeah, you need this here. You do that.
Let's pull some up.
There's a couple Jordan over. There's a lot of them of Jordan. Jordan over.
Yeah. Well.
Do we want to go degrading? There's Vince Carter and the poster over the Latvian guy in the Olympics where he jumped over him and his dick was in his face. Now, okay, I'm sure they'll have it on this one because one of these. Okay, see now that's Vince Carter, but that's not even the one I'm talking about. He jumped over this dude's face and his dick was in his face.
See,
that's not even
that's
that
not
bad.
bad.
It's I'm just trying to play fucking defense here, bro.
You're getting slapped in the face.
Yeah, Sean Kemp. This is gonna be bad. Who's down there? Oh, that sucked.
Yeah, these aren't that great.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, that
there
was
you go.
pretty
Get
good.
the fuck out of my face. That's old LeBron with the face mask on. John Stark. See that this one. That's over Jordan and I think Horace Grant. And that's the one I remember, one of the best ones. Now, they're playing defense, but it was fucking big, dude. It was a big post. Oh, shit. Daryl Dawkins. He did not fuck around. That one you can't even tell what he's doing to the guy. Clyde Drexler. No, he's just bigger than everyone. He was just floated over everyone. Where's the fucking no regard for human life?
Oh, that was over KG.
No, there's got to be Nope. Oh, this is a good one. Kobe.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, look at it. And he's straddling him.
Yes, sir.
Is that Juwan Howard? Oh my God,
Yeah.
that guy's a big guy too. He's 7 foot, dude. And Kobe just went over him. That's a contender right there. Oh shit, you're gonna put on an afro? Oh my God, get out of my dude, your fucking dick's in my face. All these are great, dude.
What?
That one's not even the picture. They're just holding hands.
Yeah.
Dominique. Oh, dude, this guy could fly. Oh, Larry. That's a good one because that's Larry Bird's oh, don't shoot. And you could tell, Tom Chambers. Oh, yeah, dude. Dude,
Holy
and Whitey's
shit.
on the moon,
Look at
Tom
that.
Chambers, bro. Look at Tom Chambers.
Knee to the face.
I did an interview with that guy one time. LeBron James goes right off. Oh, yeah. Rasheed Wallace's bald spot. Oh, he's about to fucking... Oh, that's not even... That's just a dunk contest.
Yeah, that's a dunk contest.
Michael Jordan's... Yep, that's the reverse spin. The move is even better than the... He goes down the baseline, everyone goes with him, and he just turns, curls back, and just turns around and fucking dunks right over Ewing.
Tomahawk.
Dr. J just flying over people. Well, that's not even fair. And then Dominique Wilkins over the entire Heat team. Didn't even show the good parts. Oh, yeah. Scottie Pippen steps over Patrick Ewing. And then he fell down Patrick Ewing. He stepped right over him. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. That dude is 7 foot fucking tall. And look what Vince Carter does to him. That's his dick on the guy's head, bro. That's the one, man. And we can do it so I'm facing out. So I'm oh, it's in my face. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm
We'll
gonna need
green
a
screen it.
Trampoline. You're gonna have to.
No,
be...
we'll just rest you on my shoulder like a parrot.
pick me up like your kid.
Just sit you on my shoulder like a little parrot. Oh my God. Yeah, we have to get that. We'll green screen that and we'll put a poster up for the next couple of weeks for the back of the podcast so that we have a backdrop. All-Star Week. By the way, next week I'll be in studio and then I go on the road for a couple months, but we will be still doing shows and Brenton will be here. So next week's going to be
on the road next week, but then
yes.
I'll be in studio.
So next week I'll be here, Brenton won't be, and then from there on in, one of us will probably be here. So I want to talk Major League All-Stars before we get out of here. I vote every day with my son. It's great to do.
That's fun, but that's why it's also kind of like.
But you know what they're doing now this year? They're doing top 3 vote getters, and then there's a special ballot for the fucking top 3. For the top 3, there's like a special vote off to see who's going to start. I mean, and so that's
now,
how
the fans decide that, or is it
I don't know how
the writers?
I don't know.
Because we need an electoral college in Major League Baseball.
But the problem is a
otherwise
lot
you're
of these
just gonna get
bonuses now.
Dodgers and Yankees and Red Sox, which is fine because they have some of the best players, but you're going to lose guys who are in small markets that deserve to be there.
Well, some of them, yes.
I'm looking at the current numbers, and it's like,
Dude, there are guys in big markets that aren't getting love. There are 2 guys, McNeil and Alonso on the Mets. Both deserve to be in the All-Star team. No one's voting for those guys. McNeil's a fucking hitter, bro, and Alonso hits bombs. Now, they're a little bit under the radar. They're not big names yet. They're playing, in a big market.
And
but
they're on a terrible team.
They're on a great team, so that hurts, and they're being
hurts.
completely outshadowed by,
Yeah.
A possible murderer's row happening across the street. I mean, you're going to have Gleyber Torres. When Aaron Judge comes back, you have Gleyber Torres batting 9th.
Yeah.
A guy with 16 home runs, hit one today, and 55 RBIs, maybe starting in the All-Star team, batting 9th.
Yeah.
They got Encarnacion. The Yankees got Encarnacion this week, which I think is a move to trade Todd Frazier because I think they need pitching. Mm-hmm. They're going to need to get a pitcher. So Todd Frazier is a great player. His value is very high right now, and I think he'll get scooped up by any team that really is like, you know what, we got to give away a good pitcher, but we need someone young who's not making a lot of money. And so Encarnacion fills in that Todd Frazier role, and hopefully we'll get a good pitcher. I'm looking at possibly Scherzer. Hopefully his nose is fine. But we get a Max Scherzer or someone of that quality, fuck yes.
According to ESPN, by the way, Scherzer's not going to miss that start.
He's not.
It's likely he's going to play. They say likely, so he could miss it, but it's likely that he will play.
Because he's a hockey player. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just saying, like with the All-Star thing, I think with the bonuses these guys get now, a lot of them get bonuses for making All-Star teams. It's like, what's the arbitrary way of making this All-Star team? Because, I mean, look, I don't mind the fans voting. It's the fucking All-Star game. Who gives a shit? Let the fans vote who they want. I think it'd be cool if it's like 50-50 fans vote, but then the people who are experts and analysts look into. I like the way it was. Let the fans vote. The leading vote getter gets to start, and then the coaches and the people that know who's deserving of other spots. There's always people that get left off.
Yeah.
There's always gripes. You can't get everyone on.
That's not a bad idea, though. Yeah, let the fans pick all the starters, and then the rest of it's filled out by
experts. But that's how they did
experts.
it. Now they have this new system where they have the top 3 guys are going to go into some sort of fucking runoff for the starting position. I guess the other guys make the team, but still, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It bothers me. But anyway, yeah, the Yankees, they won again today, so 4 in a row. They got a 5-game lead over Tampa Bay Rays. Now
3.5.
What?
3.5 games up.
Is that including today's win? You got that in there?
Yeah.
3.5?
They've won 5 in a row, and they're up by 3.5. They're 46-27. Tampa Bay is 43-31.
I stand corrected. 3.5 games up.
The Red Sox are 7 back.
What I'm saying is, the point is, after this sweep, we put them in our rearview mirror a little bit, and now it's time to hit the gas. Oligny.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. I have things to plug, so please, let me tell you something right now. Tonight, if you are in the greater Los Angeles area, myself and Sean Patton are doing longer sets, half-hour sets each at the Comedy Store tonight. The show is at 8 p.m. in the Belly Room. Brian Simpson's going to host. Nicole Schreiber's doing a guest set. Then Sean Patton's doing a half-hour. Then Ryan O'Neal's doing a guest set, and I'm doing a half-hour, and we're out the door. So if you don't get the chance to catch me tonight, I'll be at the Comedy Store this weekend. And then next week, In Burbank, if you live in that area, I'll be trying my new 1 hour. It won't be 1 hour. It's going to be whatever the hell it's going to be, up to an hour, but not over that. It could be 10 minutes for all I know. But it's my one-man show that I'm going to Scotland with. So I'll be doing that Tuesday and Wednesday of next week in the side room at Flappers in Burbank. And tickets you can find on my social media at Steve Renazizi. Brenton, do you have anything you want to plug coming up?
I'll be at the Comedy Store Friday and Saturday in the original room, and then I'm going to Indiana with Pauly Shore. We're doing like 5 shows.
Nice.
Doing the Econo Lodge tour.
Doing the Wheeze and the Juice and the Econo Lodge tour. Oh, by the way, next Friday, not this Friday, a week from Friday, I'm at the Rec Room in Huntington Beach for one show,
That's
8
a great
o'clock.
room.
I haven't done it yet, but I've heard. So if you live in that area, that Orange County, come check me out at the Rec Room next Friday, a week from this Friday, the 28th, I think. Yes, 8th. Yes, the 28th. Thank you guys very much for listening this week. We will be back next week. I will be here. Brenton will be wherever the fuck Brenton is.
Indiana.
I will be here doing this, and I need that thing so I can play the music. Here it is. And so I love you guys. Thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week.
See you
Goodbye.
guys.
How you been? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Steve Renazizi. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. I'm Steve Renazizi. Lit. I'm the guy. I'm the guy. Fucking lit. I'm the guy. I'm Steve Renazizi.